Rosalind Frances Ellicott was born in Cambridge, where her father was a distinguished theologian. Charles Ellicott, who was later to become Bishop of Gloucester and Bristol, had no interest in music, but Rosalind's mother, Constantia Ambache, was well known in Cambridge on account of her beautiful singing. She was also involved in founding a short-lived Handel Society in London and the Gloucester Philharmonic Society. She encouraged Rosalind in her early musical development. By the age of 6, she could not only harmonise a tune by ear, but also make up her own. From the age of 12, she took lessons from Samuel Wesley, a leading organist and composer of the day. He was the grandson of Charles Wesley. Samuel's middle name was Sebastian, and this was derived from his father's admiration of Bach. Wesley became cathedral organist at Gloucester shortly after Ellicott's father had been made bishop. Rosalind Ellicott tried writing songs at 13 and a sonata at 16. The next year, 1874, she went to study the piano at the Royal Academy of Music. There she also discovered her voice and was a frequent soprano soloist in various oratorios and cantatas. She expected to compose only as an amusement and considered she had not sufficient talent to make it her profession. However, showing some of her compositions to a leading London musician, she was persuaded that she had the most distinguished talent, and she began composing in earnest. In 1886, she had her first public success with her work Dramatic Overture, performed at the Three Choirs Festival. This was the leading music festival in 19th century England, alternating between Gloucester, Hereford and Worcester cathedrals. Sir Hubert Parry, composer of Jerusalem, admired Ellicott and praised her orchestration. A review of her lyrical cantata Elysium, performed in 1889, said, "The orchestration is full and vigorous, the brass especially bold and refreshing, and there is not a dull bar. It is a charming and spirited work and received repeated calls." In 1893, Ellicott went on a successful tour of the United States, where her larger works were performed. In 1895, her Fantasy in A minor for piano and orchestra was performed at the Crystal Palace in London. During the 1890s, Rosalind concentrated more on writing chamber music, and her works were played by prominent musicians of the day, such as Lionel Curtis and Alfredo Piatti. This adagio aria shows her lovely lyrical qualities and her beguiling romanticism. Rosalind Ellicott's works were performed at the Three Choirs Festival until the end of the 19th century. Disliking music, her father would flee Gloucester during the festivals, either to Belle Alpe in Switzerland or later to Birchington-on-Sea in Kent. He was an expert skater and mountaineer and took up bicycling later in life. Rosalind looked after her mother and from 1900 withdrew from public life. After the war she moved to Seasalter in Kent, and her final resting place was alongside her parents in the churchyard at Birchington-on-Sea.